All right, today is day 11, 30-day vlog, and also day 4 of the water fast. Tomorrow I'll break it. So far, so good. Yesterday was a little bit rough, but today's a pretty good day. It's hot. It's hot in Bangkok today, but it's a beautiful day nonetheless. Topic today is going to be on luck and probability. Um, if you think about pretty much everything we do in life is a function of probability. So when you walk down the street, there's a risk to walking down the street because you might get hit, you might get beat up, an animal might attack you. There's some sort of risk to it. Let's say the probability is 1 in a million, right? But we think that risk is well worth taking, so we walk without even thinking about it, or we drive a car, or we ride on a motorcycle, or we take the train, or whatever. And there's risks to all of that stuff. And then there's other things like investing, where there's risk and reward and all of this stuff, where sometimes it's worth taking the risk, sometimes it isn't. There's no right answer of how much risk you take or how much reward you're willing to shoot for. There's some balance to it. Typically, the lower the risk, the lower the reward, right? And in life in general, I think there's a huge amount of life is luck, in the sense that you don't choose where you're born, you don't choose your genes, and they pretty much influence everything else in your life. So when I look through my life, I've definitely been unlucky in a lot of situations, and I've been lucky in a lot of situations, and I think that's true with most people. I think the real game of life is figuring out how to set yourself up to be lucky more often. Now, in order to have an opportunity to get lucky, you have to set yourself up in a position where you have the chance to get lucky. So for example, I'm all about, I think on the internet and the business that I do on the internet, I think a huge amount of it is luck. Like, there's so much competition, there's so many different markets that are coming and going, and you have to hit the right market at the right time and provide the service that the market needs at that time. There's a bunch of different variables that go into it. And I think there's a huge amount of luck to it. Now, one strategy would be to just try to perfect building the perfect product, because that would improve your chances of it working, right? But another strategy would be to just launch a bunch of stuff and hope that one of them sticks or two of them stick. And I tend to think of it that way, where life is kind of setting yourself up to be lucky. So if I want to lower my risk of getting heart disease, I stay physically active and eat well and sleep well. Now, that doesn't guarantee I'm not going to get heart disease, but it sets me up in a position where the risk substantially drops, and that's the only game we can really play, is the probability game, right? We can't control all of these variables in life. We can only control so many of them, and we want to set ourselves up to be in the best situation we can possibly have, right? So yeah, I think luck is a huge factor in life. A lot of people say, oh, just work your ass off and put in your time and grind, and you'll eventually succeed. But I think that's a whole bunch of bullshit, because you don't even choose whether you do that or not, right? You don't choose the motivation, you don't choose the genes that you have that enabled you to work hard, you don't choose the brain that you had that made you think in a certain way, or be able to understand something differently than another person. So yeah, I kind of think life is, there's a huge amount of luck in life, and all you can do is try to set yourself up to be lucky, whether that means building the right habits and routines into your life that put you on the direction of where you want to move. Doesn't guarantee you're going to move in that direction, but it at least sets you up with the highest probability to get in that direction. Whether it's, if you're investing, it makes sense, I think, when we're young, to take a lot of risks. I think not even just investing, but anything. So yeah, I think that will be the thought for today, is just luck in life. I think there's so much luck to it in life, and life is really about figuring out how to set yourself up to be lucky, and opportunity favors the prepared, so prepare yourself for opportunities that could arise. Until then, enjoy this nice view here, and I'll see you tomorrow.